Hi guys, ArchiTracer is a code coverage tool for 10 programming languages. It supports all build environments and can generate code coverage when we do unit testing or manual testing of application in the emulator or on the target board with or without unit test cases. In this video, we are going to learn how to generate code coverage using ArchiTracer tool when we do unit testing or manual testing of an application in the phone emulator. And so for this video, we are going to use only the manual testing of an app in the phone emulator. The project that is built on the Android Studio IDE, and the language is Kotlin. And we are going to use a login activity app that comes with the Android Studio IDE, and the platform is Linux Ubuntu 20.04. So this is the project that we have here. So the first step is to make sure that we are able to clean and build the project here. So let me go ahead and select this project and rebuild it, and go to that build log here and make sure that the project is buildable. Once the project is built, so the next step would be to go ahead and clean the project. You can see that it's building using this KT files. Basically it's compiling. Okay, so it has taken almost like 1 minute. So once the build is successful, let's go ahead and clean the project. And once we integrate the ArchiTracer tool here, under the tools menu you should be able to see ArchiTracer option to turn on, to turn off the tool, or to generate the report. And also you'll get a icon here to quickly turn on the tool and instrument the project. So let's go ahead and turn on the tool. So the moment I click on this, give a couple of seconds, and you can see that it has turned on. Now let's go ahead and build it. Let me go here and rebuild the application. Go to the build terminal here. So once we turn on, all we need to do is rebuild the project. So the build is completed, and the next step would be to go ahead and run it on the target. That is a phone emulator. So the phone emulator already we have started here. So what I'll do is let me go ahead and run this. So before I run it, there are different ways to capture the code coverage. It's going to write the code coverage to the phone itself if you're not connected to the host. And if it is connected to the host, you can also capture from the logcat here. That is so the command would be adb logcat and -e tracer, then I'll say rk coverage dot text file and do this. Okay, so once we are capturing the logcat output information, so let me pull up the phone here. Okay, so all I need to do is go ahead and click this run app. So it's going to install it on the device. You can see that it's building here, and it's going to install it. Launching activity, operation successful. Okay, the app has been launched here. And now what I will do is let me go ahead and input the value here. So it might be test at gmail.com, and also I'll say that test at 123. Okay, then I'm going to register here. It's a simple app, so once it is registered you will get this message, welcome message, and I can go ahead and even close this one also. Okay, if you can just go ahead and close this. So let's go to the logcat first before we check out that information. Okay, and if I type rk okay, you can see that it has tried to write the code coverage at different places. One is it was not permitted on the SD card, and however it has permitted here. You can, if you're not connected to the host, all you need to do is pull this using ADB pull command, and it also able to write it over here also. But there was exception when it's tried to write it to the SD card. And if it is connected, always we'll have this captured in the code coverage file here. Let me go ahead and terminate this, and we have the code coverage here. If you see this is the code coverage. Now all I need to do is go to the tools to generate the report based on the testing what we did it in the emulator app, and generate report. Okay, so wait for a couple of seconds, and then you should be able to see the report here. Okay, and you can see that this is where the report has been generated. So we have around like 60-70% of the code coverage. In case if you want to check the code coverage, it will be always in the architecture folder under the reports. You can go ahead and check it out here. Okay, and you can just open that index file. So let me go back to this report. Okay, so this is the landing page of architecture code coverage report. On the left hand side we have a project tree structure, and right hand side we have this tables that gives us the code coverage summary. The one you see on the topmost corner is the project summary with the line statement and multi-condition or branch coverages. We can also add the branch coverage here, and you can see that line coverage 70% and statements 74, and multi-condition is around like 66, and we have around like 116 total lines of code, and statement is 74 and multi-condition is 53. And this one we'll get the path of the file or like the folder, or let's say like I'm going to select this. So based on that you're going to see the code coverage. If there is no executable lines, you won't see that. You can also go ahead and exclude these files here. Okay, now this is a file for which we are having the code coverage. You can get the path of this, and if you carefully observe, if I just select this based on the folder or module which we are selecting. So since we didn't run any test cases, we did only manual testing, so we have zero code coverage here. But if you select this login, you can see that we have this code coverage here. Okay, and you can also go ahead and see this. Okay, and if there is so for example, if you go see, there is no executable lines here, so we can go ahead and exclude these files. And this is one of the file where we have the code coverage for even for this one also. And what do we have here? Okay, even this one also is not having any executable lines. So let's go back to this login activity. You can see that we have a code coverage here. If you want to get the function code coverage summary, just right click on the file, and you can see on create function code coverage, and there is one more. And for this we don't have the code coverage for, but after text we change, we have code coverage. Okay, so if you want to get the code coverage, if you want to see the code coverage at the file level, just double click on this. It will take you to the source file, and you're going to get the code coverage summary in terms of line statement and multi-condition details along with the truth table here. And if you just scroll down, you can see that for what conditions it got executed, what is a part of the code that was not covered. You can see the complete details. So it's a very big function. If you just right click and go to the function summary, and you can also get the function summary at any given point of time. Just right click in the within the function and you will be able to see the function. So 4 are missed. There are a couple of things that has been missed here. Okay, and this function we didn't execute. If you just click on this, you can see that all the 6 lines has been executed, all the statements and multi conditions has been covered here.